invite, you don't need to get Success Club. Like, you do need to do all those things. But if you show up with the right intent consistently, the right people will see the value in what you have to offer and become customers and become coaches. Okay. So I feel like lots of people get caught up with, I'm expanding and no one's following me back. Okay. Who cares? One, don't let that get you down. But two, use that. You're always learning, right? Don't let yourself, managing your energy, you guys, is like so important that you master, that you get good at, because you can't let other people's actions or outside situations affect your energy, or else it then affects your actions. So if you get discouraged every time someone says no, or when people aren't following you back like you want, or when you're not whatever, blah, 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 if you let that get you down, you will then let that affect how you show up the rest of the day and how you show up days following. So what you can commit to and what you need to commit to is, like I said, adding value, uplifting people, rocking the crap out of your journey, and showing it enough that when people come back to your page, they're like, holy freaking crap, what is she doing? Right? You're sharing enough uplifting messages, enough credibility that you're getting results, enough value that they want to come back to learn or to grow or to get your positive energy. Like, some people just want to hang out with you online because they're like, dude, she's happy. Why? What is she doing? And that attracts people, right? So if you're not getting the follow backs and you're doing the things, make sure you check your social media. Do a self-analysis and say, okay, if I was some random Susie and I came to my page, would I stick around? Is this interesting to me? Is this valuable? Am I learning something? Am I feeling something when I read her posts? Is it just kind of bleh? So what? I was talking to my leaders when we were creating that posting schedule thing, that I shared with you guys. When we were creating that, we were talking about Danielle Tony's So What social media training, and she did it years ago. So if you're new, you've never seen it, but basically she did this training on, before you go to post, give yourself the so what test. If you go through it, would someone scroll by and be like, so what? Why did you even post that? There was no purpose behind that. Remember, the 3 reasons to post or the 3 main reasons: to inspire, to entertain, and to educate, right? So if you're thinking of those 3 things every single time you post, like when I post something about my kids, every once in a while I'm like, well, like the picture that I shared of Finley on the motorcycle. I mean, essentially that's like kind of so what, but I also know my audience and they love Finley. So that's not so what to my audience, because they've fallen in love with her because I've shared so much of her life, right? And so you guys, this is when you guys have to know your audience, know who's watching, know who you're speaking to and who your niche market is and who you want your posts to connect to, right? So then when you go to post, you're saying, okay, is this so what? Or are they getting something out of it? Are they going to be inspired? Are they going to be moved to take action to better their life? Is it educating them? Am I sharing a tip or a recipe or something I've overcome or something I've learned that I'm passing on? Or is it entertaining? Is it just funny? Like my target audience, I want them to have a good sense of humor. I don't want them to be boring and really, meh. I want them to like the same things I like. So I'll put random, dumb, funny stuff out there sometimes because I like to see random, dumb, funny stuff sometimes too. So you got to get really clear on who you're talking to. So when you do your self-analysis on your social media, that's important. So go to your Instagram feed. They're going to look at your first 9 tiles and they're going to be like, bam, I'm going to follow her, or she is boring, she is salesy, she is one of those, and bounce. You have literally 2 seconds. Your profile picture, your bio, and your first 9, probably really your first 3, because if they don't even scroll, that's all they're seeing. So that's the first thing you guys need to look at when you're trying to expand, because in this world, when people are fast, click and go, it's like you don't have time to bring on their attention and really get to know them 80 posts ago, okay? your posts have to be purposeful every time. Every time you show up and you post. That's why when I'm like, okay, post on social media, like 1 to 2 times, you guys, 1 to 2. We're not asking you to post 5 times a day anymore. We used to, that used to be the thing, post 5 times a day. And you were kind of just like, okay, I'm just kind of throwing stuff up, whatever. And it was hard because you had to be posting like all the time. Now it's 1 to 2 solid posts. And what I've done that has really helped me. So in the Rise Up calendar, if you're not using it yet, go get it. And it has a marketing plan. So all I did was on Sunday, I said, okay, what's coming? So we're in week 3 of this month. So week 3 is when I'm recruiting. So I'm posting about coaching, right? So I am breadcrumbing. Yesterday I did a call to action. I created my Instagram sneak peek. Everything I'm doing is purposeful towards that, right? And so understanding that, I made my marketing plan. So Monday was a motivation. Whatever I post, and I'm going to do a training on that posting schedule, so this will help. But whatever I posted on Monday, it was probably going to be a sweaty selfie. It was probably going to be something from our workout, because I always do that. But the message behind it was going to be something uplifting, something to help them take action, something to help them get off the couch and be like, okay, I got this, you know? So that was Monday. Tuesday, transformation. I ended up sharing the transformation and also tying it into a call to action about our coach community, because that's what's changed everything for me. Wednesday, today's post is going to be about marriage. I want to add value. It's going to be something along the lines with that topic. Thursday, throwback, and I'm going to do another call to action. And then Friday, it's the last day of school, so I'm just going to relate to moms. I'm going to talk about that. I'm going to bring out whatever. I'm going to connect with my moms. And then Saturday, workout video. Friday, family pick. Or Sunday, family pick. So I have my 7 focuses already planned out. So when I show up to post on social media, I'm not just like, okay, I'm just going to get something up. I took like 5 minutes and said, okay, what needs to happen? How can I add value? Who am I connecting with? And how can I do that in my post? Then when I add anything extra to that, it's simply sharing life, and it's kind of bonus, right? So it is super easy. Julie's like, oh, it sounds easy. It is easy, but it takes intention and it takes purpose. And this is what's so important. And what was interesting is when I was making that posting schedule, or when we were making that calendar, you know, so we were going through and we're like, hey, we need to find examples for these posts to kind of just give the coaches a tangible, like, oh, okay, that's not that hard. That's how we can talk about nutrition without being weird. That's how we can talk about coaching, community. And I was scrolling through my feed, and I'm not even kidding you, I could have used every single one of my posts for one of the categories. And it's just like clockwork. You start to that's just what you do. You think behind the scenes, what do they need? How can I add value? Where can this go? And those are the key things that we're sharing, right? We're sharing nutrition, we're sharing community, we're sharing coaching, we're sharing fitness, we're sharing PD, we're sharing motivation. And so behind every post, you should have that, right? You should have an underlying theme. So this will make more sense as I do the training for that, and it won't be anything complicated, because that's basically what it is. But I want you guys to really think about that, because I think that's the number one thing that will hold you back. If you are expanding and you are connecting, if they're coming back to your page and not seeing it valuable enough, if your pictures are blah, they're gonna bounce. Make sure that your pictures are scroll stopping. They need to be bright. They need to be drawing people in. They need to be not the same sweaty selfie every single day. They need to be not the same picture of your shoes and your weights every single day, right? Think of variety. How can you share differently? How can you share in different ways? And this is the fun part, because we get to be creative and we get to think outside the box, and we get to share who we are through our images, right? So that's the first thing you're looking at. Are my pictures scroll stopping? Are they interesting enough? How can I improve? Then you need to look at your content. Are you sharing who you are? Are you opening up? Are you sharing content that lets them know that you're not just one of those coaches who's just gonna attack them with salesy crap all the time, right? So look at your stuff. I want you guys to do a social media eval. Even if you spend some of this action hour time to do that, do it. Make sure that you analyze what you're putting out there, kind of self-check, figure out where you can improve, and move forward, right? We're always learning, we're always tweaking, we're always figuring that out. Okay, for expanding, I want you guys to hopefully if you're in the Fitboss Academy, you've done the branding thing. And if you haven't done it, you need to go back to my branding email and you need to do that. So you should have your 5 pillars, right? That are your interests, that are your focuses, and you should have your inspo pages. I want you guys to go to your inspo pages. And if you haven't done that yet, basically all you're doing is you're finding a boutique that you love. You're finding a brand that you love. You're finding a mom blogger that would relate to you. You're finding solid pages that have big-ish followings of your people, right? So when we go to expand, we're not just finding all of our people. We're going to one solid place and we're finding like 50 to 100 people in a matter of like 5 minutes. It does not take long to expand your network with intention when you're working smart. So that's what we're going to do for the next, I don't know, like 20 minutes. We're just going to expand. And so all you're doing is you're going to those pages. Like, for instance, one of my favorites right now are a few boutiques that I came across when I was searching for Greece clothes. And I will just go to their pages and I will first click on the first image. And I like to go to the likers and commenters first. Instead of just going to the followers, I like to go to the likers and commenters because they're active on social media. Maybe someone's following their page, but they haven't shown up in 8 years or whatever. I don't want to talk to them. That's a waste, right? So by going to the likers and commenters, they're active, they're showing up, they're engaging. So they're positive people to then follow up, like start to connect with. So, and you're not overthinking it, you guys. I base it off of the biopic. Here, I'll go to one of my pages. And the name, or if they've commented, like I can see their little, I'll go to their page for like 2 seconds and literally just be like, okay, sweet, yes or no. And that's it. Don't overthink it, okay? So go find your page. Let me go find one of mine. And if you haven't, I always save all of my inspo accounts into a collection. So then they're all there. So like you guys, I have this many inspo accounts. Like I'm not talking 1 or 2. Like every time you find a solid page, you're adding it to your inspo collection because then you always have new people to work with and to find, okay? So I'm going to one of mine. I'll go to the likes and then it simply shows up like this, right? So from their name and their biopic, I am following them. Michael Simon, no, not my jam, right? But this Krista Mears, her profile picture looks like she's a normal human, follow. That's it. Not anything, I'm not even going to her page. I went to her page and she's actually private, so I still request to join because she still looks like a normal human that I would connect with, okay? So you're doing that to 50 to 100 people every single day. And it shouldn't take long. So from 6:16, we'll stop at 6, what did I say, 20 minutes? We'll stop at 6:36 and we're just gonna expand 50 to 100. And that's not them following you back, that's simply you following them, okay? So ready, go. And if you guys, I saw questions come up, so go get to work and I'll answer these really fast. Good. Raph, I love him. Yes, you need to share more twin stuff, Dion. How do you do the IG sneak peek? I made a Google Drive thing, Google Doc, but it won't let me share the Google Doc. Like Google Docs are being weird right now and they open up to a weird link. So I'm gonna send that as soon as it works. But I'm loving it. I got the idea from my coaches, Aaron Glover, Jess Wire, it's a bunch of them teamed up together to do it. And then Cozy did one, and I'm like, okay, fine, I'll do one. And I'm really glad I did. Okay. Yes, exactly. Good. When do you add them to collections? Okay, so you can have a different system in place. So you could wait till they follow you back. If essentially you could wait. I don't wait. I like to, if I find them, and they're solid. So for instance, after you go through and you follow 50 to 100, they're still gonna be on this list and it's gonna show requested or it's gonna show follow, right? Or followed. All of the people that you requested, they're private. So you can't go to their page and add them to a collection because you can't get into their pictures yet. But all the people that are public, once you follow them, you could go to their page and be like, oh, sweet, the normal girl, she looks cool. So you'd click on her picture, put her straight into a collection. And it would be, it's May, so it would be June Challenger for this girl. And so as soon as you follow them, you could then go to their page, spend 2 minutes at the end and go to the public ones and sort them into that collection so that you can proactively. And if you followed them and you realize they're not your jam, just unfollow them. Okay. Okay. I'm going to mute myself so you guys don't have to hear me breathe. Rebecca, no, I did it specific for me because it's very, like I did a one in there that talks about working with me as their mentor and things that I offer and stuff like that. But I copied all of the posts so that you guys can make your own. So all of you guys should have your individual page if you want to do it. And I have all the content, you would just tweak it and personalize it. Also, I know we aren't in the connecting part yet, but I will go to their page sometimes. And if I see that they're solid, always connect. Comment on a couple pictures, like do not ever do anything in your power hour where you're just looking. You're never just looking. You're always acting, right? You're always liking and commenting. If you go to their stories to see if they're normal, engage on their stories. Okay. If you get into that habit, it keeps you action oriented and then you won't get sucked into just like mindlessly doing nothing at all. Okay. And just a little tidbit, if you are starting to connect, like as you're doing stuff, make sure that you're connecting with something deeper than cute. Awesome. Like it is really, really important that you actually read what they say. And if you can, post about their words versus about their picture, because then they'll see, oh, she actually took time to read what I said, instead of just like, one time I learned this. One time someone was sharing about something really sad. And I don't remember what it was, but I totally didn't read it. And I posted about their picture because it was a really gorgeous image. And then I went back and was like, oh, that was really like, seemed really shallow. Like I didn't even pay attention. And so then I went in and was like, I did it, and I commented. But that was like a really quick learning, like, oh, okay, make sure you read, because I notice if I share a personal story or something that has like a message and someone's like, your lights are amazing. I'm like, oh, okay. But you know what I mean? So it matters. So make sure you think about that when you're engaging with people. No, absolutely not. I don't follow anyone that I like. If I see that they're from Australia or whatever, I definitely don't follow them. Like it's just there's no reason to right now. So US, Canada, UK, definitely be proactive about that for sure. Okay, so we've expanded for 20 minutes. Now you're going to connect and sort, right? So if you've gone through and you've just expanded, you haven't been sorting them, this is when you would spend a couple minutes to put them into collections so you can then connect with them fast, right? So I was doing it while I was doing it, like sorting while I was going. So when you are done sorting, you will simply go to your collections that you need to be engaging with and bust through it. And like I said, your solid engagement, not just fluffy blah, blah stuff, solid interaction. You want to ultimately, if you can encourage a response without being weird, like don't just ask them a random question to be weird, but if you can encourage that engagement, that's when the connection happens. And one, Instagram goes, oh, they know each other because they're talking. Two, you want to, if you can do more than 5 words, that's the most beneficial because Instagram sees that you're carrying on a conversation and it's not just like a one and done. I learned that from some Instagram guru and I'm like, okay, I wasn't doing that. So 5 words when you're connecting, if you can, is going to be more effective, and just bust out as many as you can for your collections, okay? Minerva said you wait to go to the people you just added and put in collections. You can do either. So I was doing it as I was going because I was actually going to their pages to see if they were solid. So I was doing that and sorting them all at once. But if you weren't sorting them, if you were just doing the follow, 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 you would then go to anyone who says following, go to their page, sort their picture into a collection, go to their page, sort their picture into a collection, or unfollow them if they're not solid, okay? So we're gonna spend the last 22 minutes connecting. So engaging with intent. If you can go to their stories and engage there, that's really effective too because it starts that conversation in their inbox. So anything meaningful, purposeful, engaging, loving on them, just being a normal human, okay? Debbie, do you prefer connecting in their stories or on a post? Both. I do both for sure. Yep. And lots of times, like if I go through and I connect with a lot and I still have extra time, I'll just let my stories go and I'll just engage with as many people as I can because lots of the people in my stories aren't in a collection, but they'll pop up. So it's just new eyeballs, new engagements too. And I'll do that too. Like I'll just click through. And if I recognize their name or there's someone that I've like been chatting with, I'll make sure I engage. If there's someone new, I'll make sure I engage. So you can do that too for connecting. Okay, I'm gonna mute myself. How do you sort them into a collection? I've been writing them down into groups. I'm still navigating learning on Instagram. Okay, I have trainings on this. So if you go to the new coach training, there should be, I don't even know what it's called. It should probably say expanding and connecting Instagram something or other, and it's all about that. So this will change your world, literally. The end, go have fun. When you're connecting, do you comment on old posts? I find people that comment and like other people's posts, but their last post was from like January or something. So if their last post was from January or something, they're not super ideal to spend time on because they're not like doing much. So that's like red flag number one. But yeah, I'll go through. If I find someone solid, I'll scroll through and comment on whatever images I'm finding that I like. But you want them to be engaged. Otherwise, they're never going to see anything that you do. Rebecca, well, if you're still on your inspo account, like that you've been following, they'll show up there. If not, you would go to your list where it says following, and they should be there, but I'm not sure if it does those in order or not. So the easiest way to do it, I can't tell if it's there. The easiest way to do it is to stay on your inspo account list, and before you bounce, you make sure you go through the ones that you've just followed and sort them. And then if you go to another inspo page, same thing. Okay? Because I'm not sure if these are in order. It doesn't look like they are. And Finley's waking up, so I might have to go get her in a sec. Yeah, they're not in order. Okay, so make sure you do it before then, before you leave. And if you go there, if you go back to the page, it'll still show who you follow. So you can still do it. And I see lots of you guys posting stories because you're tagging me. If you haven't taken a screenshot or a boomerang or something of what you're doing, do that right now. If you guys want to attract people who want to work, you have to share the work. You can't be afraid to share the hustle and the grind, because if you share, it's taking sacrifice, it's taking work. I'm up early, I'm grinding, blah, blah, blah. You're going to attract people that speak that language, and they're going to be like, wait, this is possible? I didn't even know. I'll sacrifice. I'll wake up and grind if I can achieve my dreams. You know what I mean? So make sure that you guys are speaking that language. Don't be afraid. Don't sugarcoat it. Don't make it all look fun and fancy and glitzy and glam. It's hard work. It's hustle. It's sacrifice. And that's okay. There's people out there like all of y'all that are willing to do it because they have things they want to work for. So make sure that you're speaking to those things too, okay? With some fire. Like, make it exciting, make it still fun, but don't sugarcoat it, because then people sign up and they're like, wait, I have to actually do something? I didn't know I had to work hard. Like, what is this? Okay. And one more thing before I jump off. If I go to your page and I see right off the bat that you're a Beachbody coach, I will bounce. I will bounce. I should be able to know you're on a health journey and you can help me, but I should not, first thing I see, be, I'm a Beachbody coach, I'm going to sell you crap. That is all I'm here for. Okay, just a heads up, if your profile looks like that, take a little bit of time, take it down, shift it, talk differently, use different language, make sure you're the center of attention, you are the brand, not Beachbody, not the containers. It's okay to have the containers in your stuff, have them in the background, have them in your hand, whatever, but you are the focus, okay? Just a little heads up. See you, Lauren. And then Becca, if you go to the inspo page, same post, same thing that you were working from, it should still have that same list. And if you followed them, it won't allow you to request to follow, right? It'll say following instead of follow. So then you can see all the people you clicked there or whatever. Julie, once we've sorted them all into collections, then we go ahead and spend 20 minutes connecting, right? Is it better to connect and sort at the same time? You can do whatever you want. You can either connect and sort, expand, connect, sort all at once and do it for longer, or you can expand and then sort and then connect. There's no right or wrong, you guys, and there's no time frame, like whatever. If you guys want to grow, these are the things you do more of. These are the things you spend more time doing. You spend more time expanding, more time connecting. Your invites and your follow-ups, you guys, should happen in minutes. because they're all in this place that you've been connecting with and you can bust through them super fast. You shouldn't be trying to find 5 people to invite and it taking forever. So if you guys can really get your systems down in a flow in place, it does not take long to bust out your intentional IPAs that will grow your business. It doesn't take long. If it is taking you long, you need to figure something out and you need to learn how to do it in a better way, okay? Bye, Jenny. So yeah, either way, there's no right or wrong. Just figure out what you want to do, kind of have a consistent flow around it, and then rinse and repeat every single day. Okay, Finley's up. You guys, I can hear like stirring, so I'm gonna bounce. But this was fun. Hopefully it was helpful. If you guys have questions, shoot them in the Success Club thread or in our threads if you're my PS coach. But you guys, it's the 22nd. It's go time. We've got to be intentional every single day we show up, because if we're not at Success Club yet, we need to be. We need to find 3. There's at least 3 people out there that need to change their life, and you need to help them. Okay? So that's the focus today when you work again or whatever. All right? Okay, bye you guys. Love you.